Hi, I'm Daniel Kingsley. I'm the Director of Presence Training, and today I'm going to speak to you about the secret to virtual presence. The secret to presence in online meetings. What do I mean by presence? I mean that je ne sais quoi, that ability to come through the camera, to make an impact, to have charisma or magnetism. We know when people have got it and when they haven't, and I know a lot of people have been saying to me, how do I do that in online meetings? And so this is my video to give you my experience as to what really works here. So in my previous video, I spoke about how to feel confident in online meetings, and many of you have said, well, that's great. How do we go the next step? So that next step for me is broken down into two parts. Presence in online meetings is a combination of confidence and one other thing, and that other thing is connection. Connection with yourself and vitally connection with the audience. Now, you can't actually connect with the audience properly until you're really connected with yourself, otherwise there's nobody at home. So the first stage is that connection with yourself. So that's vertical connection. So that's connection firstly with your body, and I spoke a little bit about that in the previous video. So really feeling your body on the chair, feeling what's going on the inside of your body, welcoming any sensations you find, the comfortable ones, the uncomfortable ones, any in between. And all of the other tips I've shared with you on what it is to feel confident in your body. So connection with yourself, but beyond that, connection with what you want to say, and connection with why it matters. And that's where the heart comes in. We can tell when somebody's speaking from the heart. We can tell when something really matters to the person who's speaking it. That is one of the things that really helps people come through. That connection from the heart to what they're saying. So that's the first part, the vertical connection, connection with yourself, your body, what you're wanting to say, and even more importantly, why it matters to you and why you believe it should matter to them. So that's what I'm doing as I'm speaking to you right now. I'm connecting in all of those vertical dimensions with myself, what I want to say, why it matters. The second dimension is connection with your audience. It's all very well to be connected with yourself and what you want to say, but you need to include your audience in the conversation. And the tricky part here is in an online meeting, you often can't see your audience, either because many of them haven't got webcams on, maybe none of them have got webcams on, maybe you're working audio only, maybe it's a webinar where they can see you, but you can't see them, and you're just speaking to the camera, as I am right now. How do you connect with your audience then? So it's very much around using your awareness and your intention, and to some extent your imagination. So my awareness is I'm not speaking just for myself, I'm speaking to somebody who is listening. My intention is to include my audience in the conversation, even though at this moment they're not yet speaking back to me, though they may well be speaking back to me later in a Q&A. And imagination, even though I'm speaking into a camera lens, I can use that camera, I can imagine that through that camera lens, there are people on the other side who are listening to me. And usually in an online meeting, you'll have some idea who those people are. Sometimes on a webinar, you don't. So that's what I'm doing as I'm speaking to you right now. I'm connecting with myself on the inside, that's the vertical connection, and then I'm including that horizontal connection of including my audience in the conversation. Recognize I'm not speaking in a vacuum, but I'm actually speaking my words to people who are listening. In this case, that's you right now. Your audience can really feel it when you include them in the connection. And this is one of these things that massively contributes to presence. Presence is not just about confidence and connection in yourself. It really has a sense of inclusivity in it. If you can combine these things, the confidence and the vertical connection, to a connection with your audience as you're speaking to them and valuing the connection, you're going to have presence. One of the issues that arises here quite often is that people are worried about the fact that they're not getting information back. We don't know whether our audience are liking it or not. And I've actually made an entire video on that if you want to watch it. It's called Assume Support, if you want to have more information on this. But we are programmed to worry about the fact we're not getting very much back from our audience. Sometimes nothing. And in an online situation, very often nothing back from our audience. And there's a part of our brain that's programmed to worry about that. So our job in that situation is to reassure that part of our brain that we're not meant to be getting anything back at the moment. That's normal. And to value the fact of connection, to value the fact that there are people there listening, more than be concerned about what you're getting back or not getting back from your audience. And your audience can feel when you are caring about them enough to include them, but not worrying about them. And that's a major component to presence. Caring about your audience, including them, but not worrying about what you're getting back or not getting back. The more you can trust that people are interested, that people are listening, actually, the more likely it is that they will be interested, that they will be listening. And that will be a major component of your presence coming through the lens. So hopefully you found that helpful. These tips, these principles have served me incredibly well over the years and served many, many of the people that I have taught over the years. And I'm very much hoping they'll do the same for you. Do give it a go. Let me know how you get on in the comments below. I always love to hear how people are getting on with these principles that I share. And if you can think of anyone who would value this information, do share this video with them. Of course, do like the video using the button below and do subscribe to our channel so you get notified when we make more of these videos. Do come and visit us at www.presencetraining.co.uk if you want more information on authentic public speaking and leadership, and details of our one-to-one coaching and courses. And we coach both online and in person. And of course, plenty of free resources to view and download. And I very much look forward to seeing you next time for more videos on authentic public speaking and leadership.